Can y'all hear me now? All right, we good? We're going to get through this. There's a few technical difficulties as I figure this out. But as I was saying, hold on, let me let it get a little more. We all can hear. Greetings, everyone coming in here. Health and wellness to everyone. It's been a trying time. I want to give an amazing thank you and support to the people at Hunter Publishing Group, the whole team, Rachel, Nicola, everybody that's helped during this journey. Even the brother Omar Tyree gave me some insight, gave me some game. Shouts to you, my brother. And definitely a big shout to Tamika Scott from the group Escape. She has an amazing product coming out in June, cookbook, A Taste of the South. Y'all, it's infused with family and love, and all the recipes are amazing. I want to give a special shout out to Sonia Aline with our I Kick Ass at Workbook, currently available at Hunter Publishing Group now.com, Hunter Publishing Group. And she's another amazing author. We have a lot coming in to show y'all in the form of hopefully great, powerful pieces of literature, hopefully timeless. So thank you. I tip my hat to y'all. I'm going to definitely start this with saying, you know, for the people that genuinely, you know what I'm saying, have been showing and giving nothing but support since I came on this gram and the hard journey that it still is sometimes. I want to, you know, salute, toast y'all with water, make sure y'all hydrate. I'm blessed to be in some great weather where you're getting enough vitamin D and sun, and, you know, making sure everything is good. You know, that's important. You know what I mean? Don't stay dark. Go to the light. For a lot of people that don't know me, you know, I normally stay in the back. I have been fortunate enough, coming from Brownsville, Brooklyn, to have gone on a journey, been part of greatness, appreciative, humble. You know, you're looking at somebody with a 10th grade education and a GED, and what I've been able to learn and also gather and teach myself, I've been fortunate. There's a few things I want to kind of address, and I'm not going to take up too much of everybody's time. For the people that are here, you know, you can share, but these are, you know, my words. When it comes to whatever narratives that might be spun out there regarding me, my entire family, I want to first and foremost say that, you know, I respect, I truly respect and appreciate all that I was able to experience with my ex-wife, and what we were able to accomplish. What she accomplished clearly on her own, through her own merit, and what we were able to accomplish together. There has been, also with that, when it comes to my personal life, not my professional life, when it comes to my personal life, of what the public has been able to see in real time, I take full accountability for my actions and understanding, how I might have hurt a lot of people who witnessed seeing, at the time, one of the only black families in daytime television. So I understand how passionate that people have been passionate through the years, even before I came into the picture, and continued. There's haters that turn into lovers. There was a lot of hard work that was put in around the clock that only me and her will understand, before all the hoorah and where it went. So I don't expect a lot of people to understand what sacrifice really means when you're going for something, or when you want to fulfill your mate at the time's dreams. Only real dudes can relate to this. When you meet somebody and you really want to see them excel, and you put it on the line for them, to the point where you put yourself in the back because you want your queen to shine. That's like that was the real narrative. And what came out of that, regardless of what anybody would think, was something extraordinary. The sacrifices that we made to put all of that in front of the foundation that is family was something that we suffered and we succumbed to, And I will agree that, for a large part of it, when you're in the trenches doing things, some of it is karma. And even though from where a lot of you people see it, you see it as, well, yeah, you started the karma, you did it. Well, it was deeper than that. And I'm not gonna go, I'm being as forthright as I choose to be. But making the real people here understand what it takes when you really sacrifice and you go all in. See, I was all in. And I was given the opportunity to do that, coming from straight hustle and ingenuity and using my attributes to the best of my ability. You know what I mean? And for people who know, they know. For people who don't know, I'm not gonna over-explain that. But the opportunity that someone gave me, I was very appreciative of at the time. This is the opportunity to manage one of the most polarizing and prolific talents outside of a Howard Stern. So I was honored. And it's a shame that through all of that, and through all of what you really work hard to do, you realize that, damn, when you get to that point, this it ain't everything. It ain't everything when it take away so much from something. And that's where everything went left. But again, I take full accountability, and I stand on the principle of knowing that I did hurt somebody, and for that, I wish her nothing but the best, wellness and support, and my deepest. With that being said, professionally, what I've done, what I contributed to, what I was a huge part of, what was, what was stripped from me because of whom I choose to be with and whom I choose. Like you're not supposed to. Personal relationships go on the job all the time. You know what I mean? And when it happens in everyday situations, you choose not to speak to somebody. Oh, you still see somebody, you keep it moving. But when it's on this level of what me and her was, and what was being created and cultivated, in some cases originated, like you got to deal with that accordingly. And I know my general makeup to a lot of people might seem a certain way. You hear a lot of things about people who don't know me. It's a small group of people who do. And I'm not trying to prove nothing. The people that I have helped, the people that I have been instrumental of being a catalyst to, they know who they are. And, I wish nothing but the best still. Even when you do me dirty, it's like, all right, God got me, I'm good. He brought me this far, he gonna keep bringing me. And I don't wish nothing bad on the situation, so that's why I remained quiet throughout. When I did choose to share certain pertinent things, people decided they wanted to exploit, twist it, all for clicks. It's all good. God got me. He don't got you. To any event, what happened to me as an executive in a business that does not have a lot of diversity was not called for. And I struggled with whether I was going to pursue this, because after such a public divorce where everybody chose to do what they do in the movie, and which I feel was not a rightful depiction of the situation at all. You could have definitely spent more time on the real accomplishments and the defining moments that made her who she is. There's a lot of people that need to be thanking what she put down. From TMZ on down, when there wasn't no platforms and all these wasn't no social media. But instead, there was a bunch of hurt. There was a bunch of people using the opportunity to discredit, take a personal situation and discredit my hard work. Hard work where I never missed a day, maybe 3 days tops out of 10 years. She never missed one day. And because of that, the effects of that are happening now. See, if there's any other player, let's just say from a sport or what have you, and they happen to have a season where they're injured or whatever, you give that person time to rehab and do what they need to do. But when you don't do that, then you risk more injury, more hurt, more pain. I remained silent because I wanted the person that I was going through this with to not go through as much pain, as it was causing with a deeper rooted issue at hand that everybody seems to have just thought just went into thin air. I didn't want that person to keep suffering. So I took whatever blows I needed to take, and I still was helping. So for all of you people that just think, you know, it's about taking something, in the midst of my divorce, I continued through the grace of God to save a person's life. Do me a favor, go inside, cut the light on. I continue to go through that, you know, because that's the type of person I am. So I never stopped being that person. But through the course of the divorce, one of the fastest celebrity divorces in history, because I basically left whatever on the table just to have peace of mind and wanted her to have peace of mind. In doing so, I still had to save life. I still had to save her life. And there's some people that very much know what I'm talking about, because they was responsible for almost seeing her life come to an end. There's current people in place, management, that clearly put her in a life and death situation and denied medical coverage and care. And if it wasn't for my son and myself stepping in, that's it. And when I say step in, I mean when you got somebody telling, you know, my son, who's the most beautiful spirit on the place on this planet, you got people that's trying to objectify him right now because all he wants is his mother well. He don't care about none of that. He grew up in front of all of this. He don't know nothing, but he wants his mother well. Well, you got somebody sitting there who just got there telling your son that no, you can't send these people up to a place to save her, to do a real wellness check. Not this control stuff that's happening now, a real wellness check. When you got somebody telling a 20-year-old that, to a point where he got to say, if you don't let these people upstairs to go look at my mom's, I'm calling 911. That's the only thing that allowed for rescuers to get up there. And 2 blood transfusions later, that queen's still here. With people who, because of, I don't know if it's pride, a narrative, a overall dissent, you know, I understand that there was a bunch of people around me that didn't want to be around me. I get it. I come from a certain place. I understand that there was a bunch of people that couldn't wait till I get out the way so that they can have their way. I get it. I didn't, you know, I understand. But the amount of people that knew exactly what was happening on my departure and not making sure that certain steps was in place, because certain departments that's supposed to be, when you at a normal situation, you're supposed to have different departments to deal with somebody of this magnitude in case anything happens. So i.e., you would have never seen this happen to a Ellen DeGeneres. You would have never seen this happen to a Jimmy Fallon. You don't hear about any of this stuff. But here, there's no installation for a person, and for the most part, there are people who absolutely know, and they know so much. They ready to. They know. So I'm not just saying that, like, I'm telling y'all this because at the end of the day, it wasn't about half of what anybody thinks. And I know I don't owe anybody or everybody an explanation. I'm just being forthright right now. That was one of the instances while getting dragged, and that's cool. With that being said, professionally, when it comes to the lawsuit that I'm presenting, and what I waited, to do, because I didn't know if I really wanted to go through anything after all this happened with the divorce. It's about the respect of what I did contribute creatively. It's about no disrespect to the people that came before and the people that clearly worked in the business longer than me. And I know that they never would have chose me. I had to inherit the situation, and I might not knew how to exactly produce a show, but I had to learn a lot real fast. And people where I'm from, you have to adapt and learn stuff fast. So I adapted real fast, and I knew how to produce my peoples. In turn, she knew how to give the proper respect to me. And for that, I'm forever grateful. And a lot of people ain't understand that. A lot of women would want to say, oh, you should have did this, had that, whatever. I don't compare my situation to none of the other kings out here that's married to powerful women, and they might earn more or do more, because it takes a foundation that's real for any of that to survive. And for all the ones that's doing it on their own, salute to you. But for the ones that where the corporations come in and pretty much marry y'all, not the men that's out here really fighting and cherishing, but for the corporations that try to step in and become that. That's crazy. At the end of the day, I wasn't allowed to go get my belongings. I was objectified as some sort of monster because I chose to have an extramarital relationship. Tell me where they fire you for. Okay, you had a regular job, you could just say, I don't want to deal with you no more. But where they fire you, or because you are not with somebody anymore, after being such a successful part, an integral part. You might not want to really admit it, but if you didn't want me there, other things could have transpired, and I would have been out. I'm not going to stay nowhere. It wasn't really the plan for me to be there that long anyway. I'm there supporting my peoples and making sure it's right. She wanted me to be there, so I'm there. That's my peoples I'm going hard for. Like I go hard for my peoples now. That's just what it is. I know a lot of people won't understand why I chose to do what I did, whatever I did, and I don't really owe you no explanation. But to say that I go with realness and honesty and integrity, and that don't always be where the money's at. And whatever happened between me and my ex-wife happened way before, and you know what? We worked ourselves into a situation where we just either had to keep working or we was bound to crash. And that we did. In terms of her wellness to date, I'm totally supportive of my son, who is a beautiful spirit, a gentle giant, and will probably soon be objectified as some sort of monster, somebody that's trying to take advantage of his mother, even though he's her only heir. But he soon will be objectified like that. And you know what? He's not going to deserve that, because he's not that. All of this for the sake of business and money. I understand the essentialness of all of that. I understand that, things come to an end. But when you look at what happened in the interim of my departure, you could draw your own conclusions and understand that if the opposite would have happened and she would have flourished and been so much better without any of my involvement whatsoever, and I wish and pray that and hope that, you know, like she meets somebody and love continues and we still can be respectful with how we have to deal with whatever, because we do have a beautiful specimen of a son that still needs us. If it would have went the other way, I would nothing but applaud, and I probably would not even look to seek the respect that's rightfully mine, as I struggle with even making this decision to go with this lawsuit. All we want, everyone needs is some peace and some time right now. And regardless of however her family might feel about me, I got nothing but love and respect for them. I wish them well. God bless them. There's a lot, you know, and I just God bless them all. Be part of my son's family. Look, I don't have no hate. Whatever hate I had, I left when I left New York. I left it there, along with all the bad energy and frequencies. At the end of the day, the lawsuit is about anybody after me going through a somewhat similar situation and is fighting, you know, for their respect. No disrespect to the people that were supportive, but for anybody that really wasn't and you was there, then, you know, this is the product. This is like what the outcome is. And, you know, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, because I, you know, and I'm not going to be jumping on this all the time. I can't say I'm taking no questions or anything like that. The people that I'm suing are Debmar Mercury, affiliated with Lionsgate, for wrongful termination. At the end of the day, the people, the handlers, everybody that's surrounding the situation, there's a motive that's getting real ugly. And even for people that have grown to dislike, and they looking at this like this is some live TV show and you just enjoying the antics, just understand that the helm of all of this is someone that's really fighting, you know, for theirs. And wherever I stepped away and try to give them room to do and create, just so that, you know, without all of the hoopla, like that's part of my legacy. Like my new legacy that's also a part of me. That's part of me. You know? And I support Elizabeth. I salute Elizabeth Warren and her whole plight against the Wells Fargo system of banking and what's happening with these predatory people out here. And understand that whole fight, when you're dealing with these banks, it gets real crazy. It's a lot of people that are not in a position to have any kind of voice or platform, and they elderly or what have you, and they getting preyed upon with their wealth or whatever they have. And if you want to narrow that down to how our people is ranked in that, then it's even worse. As far as, you know, again, thanks to Hunter Publishing for allowing me to be on this platform. You know, I could have did a whole lot of different things. You know, I'm going to probably repost this. You know, I just wanted to talk to y'all without a whole lot of extraness. I am going to start doing a few things to support what I'm doing, respectfully, and the amazing people that I'm working with. As far as, you know, as far as anybody else that's out there with the negativity and the people that's clicking and the people with the weird obsessions for me, look, I ain't got nothing but dust for them. Y'all, you know, I'm not on trying to make this a whole suit campaign against a whole bunch of people and all like that. Like I got things I have to do and still accomplish for the legacy that is, you know, this really what that's about too. I'm part of somebody else's legacy, and then I'm establishing my own legacy for both of my kids, my beautiful kids, and my current lovely situation with my partner. My friend, my confidant. I want to give a special love and support to Vegan Knows and Vish and all those platforms. And I'm honored to be part of that. When it comes to the support I got and continued support I will have no matter what, from near, from far, I wish nothing but the best in health and wellness, and know that the person that I know, as long as they stay focused and get to what's really important in your process, when you're dealing with recovery, when you're dealing with any type of real trauma, you know, you just got to make it about yourself. The best thing that I could have did was make it about myself through this turmoil, and focus more on the foundation. Because money is essential, but it definitely ain't everything. And the way that this world is going, it looks like you got to have more than just money. Yeah, friend and confidant. That's my peoples. Serena Hudson. She's a warrior. She, you know, she is. That's my peoples, for real. And she is family. And I do have family. And I will continue to have family. And my family is unfortunately what I make because of just how my whole family is. And, you know, that's a whole nother story. The support I will continue to have for my son, the support that I will continue to have for his mom, no matter what takes place, you know, no matter like there's stuff that y'all will never understand that goes on behind the scenes, and you know, no matter what type of picture someone tries to paint, just know that there's a lot that has happened. And we will not rule out the fact that, you know, in a lot of situations, you know, you could be worth more dead than alive, depending on what kind of insurance policies and whatever people have. And I hope that God continue doing what he's doing to make, you know what I'm saying, make the impossible possible. And I hope he continue giving everyone out there that's supportive the strength to, you know what I'm saying, keep powering through everything that's happening in this crazy world right now. I understand that there's a lot of talk shows that's getting canceled, you know, because people are into so much nonsense. But through the trials and tribulations, there are some Jews that are brought. And you know, when Wendy was going through rehabilitation, excuse me, let me be very clear. When she was being rehabilitated And the opportunity came for people to fill in her show 2 years ago when things were somewhat awry. And everyone knew it, including the people and her subordinates, and everybody knew it. When all that was happening and desperately had to fill in spots, I was very intricate in suggesting and telling them Nick Cannon is a very, very good choice. No disrespect, and while they was working with Jerry O'Connell, who's also a phenomenal talent, I said Nick Cannon, and that turned into, you know, a whole thing. And, you know, I salute Nick Cannon, and it's unfortunate that, you know, you couldn't get the support that you needed. Whatever support that we received doing while I was there, the support that we received had to come by hook or crook, in a sense with, you know, just pressuring and sometimes not coming across, you know, so likable. But I'm fighting for my family at the time. This is not just somebody I'm representing. There's some no disrespect to the managers that's out there that's really representing their people and going hard, and they would damn near die for their people. Well, this is my family, so I'm definitely in that position where I would die for mine. So I'm gonna go hard for mine. So when everybody else go home to their families, I gotta take this home and deal with everything. So I'm going hard. And what you're seeing from season 1 in terms of aesthetic, style, not taking nothing away from the contributions, but when it comes to her the personal style of it all, and what, you know, what needed to come across, because when you're not a sample size in daytime television, when you're not the size of Kelly Ripa and all of them, then you got to buy clothes. So what you've seen and how it was presented was all fighting behind the scenes for budget to open, to make sure that while the only person who could sit in a chair for 25 minutes a day, even against all the women, all the men, even the men in nighttime talk shows, late night talk shows, they don't have monologues that go for 25 minutes, 12 minutes tops.